I'm not big fans of The Authority, but let's be real here. The one thing that I love about The Authority is the fact that they finally put the hammer down. Sure, you're not sure whether or not they're supposed to be heels or be faces, but that doesn't matter. They're businessmen and businesswomen. I've always been a fan of Stephanie McMahon because she's practically the strongest businesswoman that I've pretty much ever known in this kind of business that's dominated by men. She can handle her own, and it really does show. She was annoying during the Attitude Era, but I will say this. She's actually really grown on me. She is starting to improve as a businesswoman, alone as a woman in general. Not only depending on her, I guess her body and how she is to get what she wants. She literally will tell you what you need to do, and you need to follow it or you're gone. And that pretty much puts everything into perspective when they literally ripped Randall Keith Orton a new one live in front of everybody to see. And even I think they kicked down the fourth wall a little bit. But the fact is, like, look, we let a lot of things go in the past, but the fact that you attacked an innocent man for no reason shows me that you have to literally be on a short leash. And they practically threatened him to take his title and fire him from the company. Will they ever do it? I don't know. They just might. I'm not going to say no, because it seems to me that they really do have a no tolerance policy now that they're moving into the new year and actually trying to do things anew for the new year with the new WWE network that's coming out. They're trying to push forward and be a company that has better standards than how they had before. And I think they're really trying to go past the Attitude Era, and it kind of showed in this whole entire this whole segment. And even though you're like, oh, it's scripted, there might be a little hint of truth there. There might be. And I'm not going to deny there could be. But I will say this. I really did enjoy that segment. And the fact that it shows that nobody is bigger than the company. Which makes me extremely ecstatic to know that. Not even the face of WWE is not bigger than WWE. But besides all that, what really made me even happier was seeing Batista in the beginning of the show, not necessarily waiting for him towards the end of the show like they usually do. They actually showed him not once, not twice, but 3 times. I loved it. Batista looked pretty darn good, and he doesn't even have to be like in his wrestling attire. Just wear an outfit and he still looks good. Good grief, he looks good. But anyway, it was nice to actually have Batista to be somewhat, have some kind of involvement in the Royal Rumble. And it just showed that Randall Keith Orton is going to go down. I think this whole show in general, even though it was split up into a few segments, literally just showed me the foreshadowing of the downfall of Randall Keith Orton, or Randy Orton, or Orton, whatever. He is going to lose his belt. Whether or not it's going to be at WrestleMania, whether or not it's going to be at the Rumble, he is going to lose it. And honestly, it wouldn't make any sense for Batista to come back for him to actually lose the Rumble. But we had been wrong before, because after tonight, they literally had Randy Orton's match with Kofi Kingston to be a stalemate. They didn't have him buried and squashed like they usually do. It was a stalemate. Just so John Cena can interfere and kind of pump up their feud going on into the Royal Rumble. Which I think, I'm like, okay, that means it is fair game, people. You can't necessarily say that Batista, he's coming back, he's going to win the Rumble. We can't say that anymore. They actually gave a stalemate to Kofi Kingston. That's huge. This guy has been squashed for years, let alone not being able to go further than the mid-card belt. I really do feel that he has a chance. He has a shot here to actually be the World Heavyweight Champion, or whatever they call the belt now. I really do think that Kofi Kingston has a shot now. I think that anything goes. They're not playing favorites anymore. It's all what you can put down, and it's all what you can bring to the table. And I really do see that maybe they see a gem here. I don't know. But let's moving on from there, from the end of the show, and let's go on to some parts in the middle. Now, we end up hearing the response of Daniel Bryan and why he infiltrated the Wyatt family. Now, there were a few people that actually predicted this, and I being one of them. And even though I really wish I was wrong, it was still a dumb move. I'm sorry. Number one, this guy was way over with his yes chance, as well as him being relatable to the crowd. Number two, Bray Wyatt happens to be pretty much the face of the Wyatt family, the most psychotic of psychotic heels that already demands respect from the crowd and gets respect and actually has people fearing him. Why would you need Daniel Bryan? And number three, it took all the emphasis and all the energy away from the Wyatts and put it on Daniel Bryan, which was even a bigger mistake. He didn't need to be there. I'm sorry. Not only that, and I guess I had number 4 in this. It lasted 2 weeks long. Yeah, people, 2 Raws. This is as long as it lasted. Why even have this stupid feud? Not only that, let's face it, Daniel Bryan has never had an awesome WrestleMania moment. He's had a WrestleMania moment that either wasn't aired or in pure humiliation. That's all he had. He never had a true WrestleMania moment, which means that you should have held on to this for dear life until the last of the last shows of the year, WrestleMania. They should have held on to this feud between him and Bray until WrestleMania. Because if he's having a match with Bray, there's no way he can even be in the Rumble. No way. And if he actually does pull double duty, he ain't gonna win. The odds are really stacked against this guy, and I'm really doubting that he is going to win. And if he does, oh my gosh, it's going to be the biggest fake out on the planet. We all know that it's not going to be a human effort. It's going to be, everybody's going to fall down, and he's going to reach up and win. And I doubt that's going to happen because it makes no sense. The Authority does not want him to be the face. So why on earth will they allow him to be in the Rumble if he has a match with Bray? So we know now that it's a possibility that he's not going to be in the Royal Rumble match. He's going to be feuding with Bray Wyatt. Period. Hands down. Period. So honestly, this feud is just stupid. The length of the whole thing was stupid. Everything about it was stupid. But let's move on to something else. A little bit more greener pastures, shall we? We all know that AJ Lee is practically the longest reigning Divas champion. And I think she beat Maurice. She beat Maurice's title. I mean, she beat Maurice's record. And honestly, I don't really care. Because AJ Lee is starting to become really stale and insignificant in my eyes. Her character, that is. There's only so much you can tolerate someone skipping around like a 12-year-old and twirling your hair. I mean, that may be great to those creepy people out there. But as a wrestler, it gets stale. You got to reinvent yourself, man. I mean, the fact that you actually had probably she had one of the best promos I have ever heard her speak in a very long time against the Total Divas. And they really should have kept the whole Total Divas versus Real Divas thing going. Because it would have made the Divas division more interesting. And it would have had more people tune in. Not only that, it would have put the Divas that's always in the back up front. They should have done that. But they kind of blew that out the water. And now you got AJ Lee possibly having a feud or maybe a championship match with Naomi, who happens to be practically one of the most athletic divas there are out there, who can literally go toe-to-toe with Tamina without being her size. That's rare, because I really don't know what's going on with Natalya or where she is, but it's going to be a point to where Natalya's going to be in the Hall of Fame soon. I wouldn't be surprised. She's going to pretty much be in retirement stage, practically coming soon. So Naomi's going to actually take over for her. And I'm hoping that Naomi actually does become Divas champ, because not only will that be a huge honor for her and a great career, a great career move, and it will pretty much bump her up to the stratosphere. She will literally be the first African-American Divas champion in history. I don't think that there wasn't. Yeah, there really wasn't one. She will be the first African-American Divas champ out there. And that would be a huge honor. And yeah, it might split up the Funkadactyls, but it might do something with Cameron. Cameron tries, but good grief. She's really, really sloppy. She really needs a little bit of work. She has a great character, but she really has a little bit of work to go. But I'm really hoping that Naomi actually does go against AJ and somehow she actually gets the Divas title. That would really be a great thing to see. But honestly, guys, there is so much of buzz going on with the WWE right now. More people have more eyes on them than they've ever had in many years. And people are actually tuning in. Shoot, you have people that actually cut off Raw that now actually start tuning in now. even on Twitter, and started making comments on Twitter, which is amazing. That shows how much interest this company is starting to have again. Not to mention the WWE Network, which is all the buzz, and I am going to get it. And also the Royal Rumble itself, as well as the Hall of Fame inductees being announced. We just found out who the Ultimate Warrior was going to be the next person to be in the Hall of Fame, and I can't really remember who the next person is, and I don't think they announced it yet. But if you do know, leave a comment in the comment section below. But either or, guys, my overall thoughts of Raw is this: they really did a really good job pumping everybody up for the Rumble. I really did like the opener, especially when they ripped Randy Orton a new one. I'm happy that they actually gave Kofi Kingston a stalemate, because it really does show the fact that, you know, that it shows the fact that they actually might do something with him, as well as what they're doing with the tag team and the IC belts. Shoot, the Usos deserve to be a tag team champs for a very long time now. As well as, even though I love Cody and all them, I'm really happy that they actually have the Usos being promoted a lot more, as well as Biggie Langston being the IC champ. Shoot, he's holding that title, holding it well, and he has a lot of prestige behind it. But then also he's fighting with Fandango, and Fandango's a new guy, and he will be a great heel champion for a while. So honestly, they really are looking into their new people. They're not just leaving them in the back burner, as well as Xavier Woods having his shots on Raw. They really are doing something with these NXT people, and not just leaving them there just to sit there and hang up and dry. I really do feel that they're going to bring up some more people, especially Emma. Has anybody been watching Raw and seeing Emma? It's like literally Emma watch. I get excited when I see Emma. I love Emma, especially like her little dance that I can't really do so well. She's imitating the crowd. I love that. It's literally Emma watch. Every time you see her, like during a Divas match, she's out there somewhere. And I love the fact that they're doing this. They're making it more besides the WWE app. They're making it more socially interactive without the whole social media involved. They're making it fun again. And I hope they continue to do this, and I really feel like they're actually pushing in that direction. So guys, I really was happy about this Raw, very entertained, and I'm looking forward to the Royal Rumble as well as to the future of the company. But I want to hear what your thoughts are. Leave a comment in the comment section below, or send me a video response on how you feel about Raw, as well as the company as a whole. Are you excited about the Royal Rumble? Are you excited about WWE Network? Let me know. It's your girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.